Students, so this video mainly contains thermal properties of the matter, class 11, intermediate first year chapter. Today this video is explain textual problem, that is a textbook problem. So the total 7 textbook problems is given. So these all problems I will explain. Here this is the textbook problem, total 1 to 7 problems is there. So first problem, what is the temperature for which the reading of Kelvin and Fahrenheit scales are same? So here Kelvin Fahrenheit scale having the same temperature, what is the temperature? So this is the first question. First one, at what temperature Kelvin scale is equal to Fahrenheit scale. This is the first problem is given. So here, what is the relation between Kelvin and Fahrenheit scale? So what is the relation? We know that very well. That is K minus 273 by 5 is equal to F minus 32 by 9. This is the relation between K and F. So the both are equal means I am taking K is equal to F, both are equal temperature. So I am taking some X value. So that is substitute in this above equation. X minus 273 by 5 is equal to F minus 30. Sorry, this F is I am taking the X minus 32 by 9. Okay, taking cross multiplication. So this is 9 is going to here. 9 into X minus 273, 5 into X minus 32. So 9 into x, 9x. So 9 into 273, 2457 is equal to 5 into x, 5x. 32 into 5, 160. So here this 5x is going to this one, and this one is going to here. 9x minus 5x, 2457 minus 160. So 9x minus 5x is equal to how much? 4x. So the 4x is equal to here 2297. X is equal to 2297 by 4. So therefore 574.6 Fahrenheit or Kelvins. So at what temperature the both are equal? 574.6 Fahrenheit or Kelvin Celsius. Their two temperatures, that is a Kelvin scale and Fahrenheit scale, both are equal. So this is a first problem. Second problem, find the increase in temperature of aluminum rod if its length is to be increased by 1%, alpha aluminum 25 into 10 power minus 6 per degree Celsius. Second problem. Here in the second problem, find increasing temperature. What is the delta T? Increasing temperature. The aluminum rod length to be increased 1%, their delta L is equal to 1% is given. So this is the aluminum rod. Their aluminum rod, if you give some amount of a heat, so how much percentage will this aluminum rod will be changes? Their delta L is equal to 1%. So this is percentage. Their alpha is equal to given. Their alpha is equal to 25 into 10 power minus 5. Sorry, minus 6 by degree Celsius is given. So we know that this is a linear expansion. So delta L is equal to L alpha delta T. And percentage problem, delta L by L percentage is equal to alpha delta T into 100 generally. Okay, so here I want to delta T, and delta L by L, how much percentage is given? So 1 by 100, that is taking 1. So that is equal to, so alpha is equal to 25 into 10 power minus 6 delta t I don't know into 100. So 1 is equal to 25 into, this is a 10 square. So here I am write the 10 square. 10 square a power m into a power n, 10 power minus 4 into delta t. I want to delta t value. So therefore delta t is equal to 1 by 25 into 10 power minus 4. This is 10 power minus 4 is going to upward 10 power 4. So by 25. And 10 power 4 means 100 into 100 like this. So 25 ones are 25 fours are 4 into 100, 400. Okay, 400 degrees Celsius. So what is the temperature here increases? If the 400 degrees Celsius increases, so their linear expansion, the length of the rod is increases 1%. This is the second problem. Third one, how much steam at 100 degrees is to be passed into water of mass 100 grams at 20 degrees to rise its temperature by 5 degrees. Latent heat of steam is given, specific heat of water is given. So especially in the calorie per gram degree Celsius. Here third one, how much steam, so I am taking this is a steam. How much steam is passed at the 100 degrees is to be passed in the water is the mass. Here this is a water mass 100 grams. Let us take this is 100 grams of water at what is the temperature? 20 degrees. Okay, so here this is the water 100 degrees Celsius. At the 100 degrees Celsius, what happened? The steam will be producing. This steam will be passing into this another beaker. Their temperature will be increases 5 degrees Celsius. This steam at the 100 degrees Celsius, the steam will be producing. This steam is going to another beaker, so automatically their temperature will be increases how much? 5 degrees. So what is the increase, what is the resultant temperature here? 25 degrees Celsius. So you can find how much steam is passing at this another beaker. So according to calorimetry principle, we know that heat lost is equal to heat gain. Heat lost by steam higher temperature is equal to heat gained by water. Heat gained by, so heat is lost. So first this 100 degrees water is converted to steam, so that is the latent heat of the steam. So ml steam plus after this 100 degrees to reduce the temperature, that is ms delta t. This is the heat lost. And here also heat gain, mass of the water, specific heat of the water. Here also some change in temperature delta t. And where m dash, I am taking the m dash, there m dash is equal to, I am taking steam, just the steam will be considers. So I am assuming that this stream is equal to x. So what is the equation? M dash means x. L S means latent heat of the steam. What is the value? Into 540 is given. Plus how much steam is considered? I am taking x. And S is equal to specific heat of water 1. And here 100 degrees. It is converted to, it is a changes 25. 100 minus final temperature 100 degrees of water up to decreases 25 degrees. This is a complete heat loss. And heat gain, what is the mass of the 100 grams? S into water 1. What is the final temperature of this beaker? 25. Initial temperature 20. So 25 minus 20. So calculate. So in this one x outside 540 plus 100 minus 25 75. And 25 minus 25, 5 into 100 500. So x is equal to 500 by 500 plus 75, 615. You can calculate 0.813 grams. So how much stream is going to inside of this water? Only 0.813 grams. 0.813. Fourth problem, 2 kg of air is heated at constant volume. The temperature of air is increased from 293 Kelvin to 313 Kelvin. If specific heat of air at constant volume 0.718 kilojoules kilokelvin, find amount of heat absorbed in kilojoules and in kilocalories, kilojoules kilocalories. So capital J is equal to 4.2 kilojoules per kilocalories is given. Fourth one, very simple. So let us take, this is a one container. I am taking one container. Okay, so inside container air is there, air. So what is the mass of the air? 2 kg of air is there. At constant volume, their volume will be constant. If you give some amount of a heat, what happens? Their air temperature changes 293 Kelvin to 313 Kelvin. Inside temperature will be increases 293 Kelvin to 313. So what is the change in temperature? Delta T is equal to 313 minus 273. This is a Kelvin, change in temperature. So that is 20. Change in temperature 20. And here some specific heat of air is given. So I am taking the specific heat symbol C. At constant volume CV is given 0.718 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. So find how much amount of heat absorbed, that is the QV. That is the question. QV in terms of kilojoules and kilocalories. Two questions is given. Kilojoules and kilocalories. So for this purpose, first I am applied kilojoules or taking the kilojoules. So what is the QV formula? Specific heat. QV is equal to M into CVDT. Okay, already in the previous videos their formulas is given. Specific heat CV is equal to Q by MC dt. Substitute values. What is the M? First you can taking all are same units or not. M is equal to, what is the M? 2 kgs. Okay, here is kgs is there, and CV is equal to kilojoules. This K is converted to kilo means 10 cube. So 0.718 into 10 cube joule per kg Kelvin. So only kilojoules. So that is 718 joule per kg Kelvin. So dt, so is the 20. Substitute. M is equal to, what is the M? 2. What is the CV value? CV is equal to 718. Delta T is equal to 20. So the total value 2870 joules. But I want to kilojoules. Kilo means 10 cube. By dividing 10 cube or 1 2 3 3 points is going to here. So 28.72 kilojoules. Kilo means 10 cube, or substitute directly also. If you're taking 0.718 also, you can get 28.72 direct answer, or you can conversion, this is also is the correct. And the second one, so kilocalories, calories. So we know that 1 joule is equal to how many calories? 4.2 calories. Please remember, 1 joule is equal to how many calories? 4.2 calories. So substitute in this one. QV is equal to 24.72 kilojoules. Kilocalorie means 4.2 calorie. Just to multiply, so 6.838 kilocalories. Okay, what is the answer? 6.838 838 kilocalories. So this is a kilojoules, this is a kilocalories. Fifth one, a clock with a brass pendulum keeps correct time at 20 degrees but loses 8.212 seconds per day when the temperature rises 30 degrees. Calculate coefficient of the linear expansion of the brass. Fifth one, so let us take one pendulum clock. So one brass pendulum is given. So this is a brass pendulum. Okay, one metal brass pendulum. Okay, so this is a clock, 1 2 3 4 like this is a brass pendulum. So it is show correct to time at what temperature? 20 degrees. At the 20 degrees it is a show the correct to time. So when the temperature increases 20 to 30 degrees, what happened? Temperature increases. So we know that according to linear expansion, temperature increases. What happened? The length of the simple pendulum increases. Okay, so the length is increases, the time period also increase time period. This is a time period. So therefore it is a lose the time. So it is lose the time how much? There 8.212 second per day. This is important. How much lose the time? Losses the time 8.212 per second. So what is the alpha value of this brass pendulum? That is the question. Very simple question. So for this purpose here I am taking, we know that the solution formula, the loss or gain of a simple pendulum formula, delta t by t is equal to 1 by 2 alpha delta t per day means into 86400 seconds day. So what is the day? Day means 24 hours is equal to 24 hours 60 minutes 60 seconds. Total you can get 86400 per 86400 seconds. So here I want to alpha value, this is a delta t by t, loss or gain. How much delta t by t of the loss or gain is given? 8.212 is equal to 1 by 2. I don't know alpha. Delta t, change in temperature, 30 degrees minus 20 degrees into 86400. 86400. So here 8.212 is equal to 1 by 2 alpha. 30 minus 20, 10, 86400, 2 ones, 2 fives. What is the alpha value? 8.212 by 5 into 86400. Okay, so this is a alpha value. So you calculate finally by using any calculator or your hands, your own way. You can get finally 19 into 10 power minus 6 per degree Celsius. This is the alpha value. So what is the alpha of the brass pendulum? 19 into 10 power minus 6. The loss or gain you can calculate. 86 per day. Sometime 1 week is given. For example, 1 week. Okay, so 1 week how many days? 7 days. In this one don't substitute in 86400. 7 into 86400. Okay, 1 second is given. Sometime don't substitute 86400. There 1 second is given. 1 second is given. So 1 by 2 alpha delta t. 1 day is given 1 by 2 alpha delta t into 86400. 1 week is given 1 by 2 alpha delta 2 into 7 days into 86 like this. The different heat gain or loss you can calculate is very easily. 6.1. A body cools from 60 degrees to 40 degrees in 7 minutes. What will be its temperature after next 7 minutes if the temperature of its surrounding is 10 degrees? So this is a Newton law of a cooling problem. It's very easy problem. I will give some hint. So 60 degrees to 40 degrees. Body is cooling 60 degrees to 40 degrees. How many minutes? 7 minutes. And 40 degrees to after 7 minutes, next 7 minutes, so what is the temperature and surrounding temperature there, this is the surrounding temperature, the surrounding temperature is equal to 10 degrees Celsius. Okay, so in the previous videos I will give the number of problems. So by using that concept you can calculate. I will give some hint. This is a homework problem. So Newton law of cooling. Newton law of cooling. According to Newton law of a cooling, d theta by dt is equal to k into theta 1 plus theta 2 by 2 minus theta naught. Okay, so here you can taking ratios also. So in this one d theta means 60 minus 40 by delta t 7 is proportional time. Taking proportionality, it is also equal, given 60 plus 40 by 2 minus 10. Let us take directly into k like this. So you can calculate. So k values is given. Next, the second case, 40 minus, I don't know, I am taking theta by 7 is equal to k. We know that in the equation 1, substitute in the k value. Here 40 minus theta by 2 minus 10. So this is a substitute to k value. You can get finally theta is equal to 28 degrees. Solving these two equation, I will give some hint. Or equation 1 by equation 2 you can taking k cancel. That is also a very easy method. Or by using, first you can calculate k value. After this k value substitute in the second equation, you get finally theta is equal to 28 degrees. As you are like, if you choose any method. Seventh problem, last problem. If the maximum interstellar radiation for a block body is found at 2.65 micrometer, what is the temperature of the radiating body? Wien's constant is given 2.9 into 10 power minus 3 meter Kelvin, K, MK. So maximum intensity radiation lambda m is equal to 2.65 micrometer is given. 2.65 micro means 10 power minus 6 meters. And B is equal to Wien's constant. B is equal to 2 point Wien's constant. This is a Wien's constant, 2.9 into 10 power minus 3 meter Kelvin. So find what is the temperature. So Wien's displacement law, lambda T is equal to KRB, okay, taking any one. So where T is equal to B by lambda M. So what is the B value? 2.9 into 10 power minus 3 by 2.65 into 10 power minus 6. So T is equal to 10 power minus 3, 10 power minus 3 cancel. Remaining 10 power minus 3 is going to upward. So that is 2.9 into 10 cube by 2.65. So this point will be remaining 26.29. So finally 291,234 by 265. So 1094 Kelvin. 1094 Kelvin. So this is the end of the seventh problem. The total 7 problems is completed. So this is a complete chapter about this is the thermal properties of the matter. Thank you, one and all.